In this presentation, we are going to discuss about files and Python. Before discussing in depth about files, we are discuss about programs. We have two types of programs. They are called transient programs and persistence programs. Most of the programs we have seen so far are transient in the sense that they run for a short time and produce some output. But when they end, their data disappears. If you run the program again, it starts with a clean state. Other programs are persistent. They run for a long time. They keep at least some of their data in permanent storage, for example, hard drive, and if they shut down and restart, they pick up where they left off. Example of persistent programs are operating systems which run pretty much whenever a computer is on, and web servers which run all the time waiting for a request to come in on the network. The definition for file is a text file is a sequence of characters stored on a permanent medium like a hard drive, flash memory, or CD-ROM. Reading from a file. To read a file, the built-in function open takes the name of a file as a parameter and returns a file object you can use to read the file. For example, fn equal to open within parenthesis, we have to specify the file name within a single quote. That is here for an example we are using the file words.txt. Here, fn is a common name for a file object used for input. The file object provides several methods for reading, including readLine, which reads character from the file until it gets to a new line and returns the result as a string. For example, fn.readLine. This is the function which is going to get the input from a file specified. In the previous statement, we are using the input object, file input object fn to open a file words.txt. After opening it, we are going to read a line from the file. The first line in the words.txt is welcome. So it displays the result as welcome /or/n. This /or and /n represents two whitespace characters, a carriage written and a new line that separate this word from the next word. The file object keeps track of where it is in the file. So if you call a read line again, you get the next word. For example, the next readline statement fn.readline produce or print the next line which is present in the word.txt file. Here it is 2. Again it display the white space characters /or and /n. If it is the white space that is bothering you, we can get rid of it with the help of a string method called strip. After reading the line from a file, it is passed as the argument to the strip method, then which will strip off the new space characters, carriage written and new line character. This shown in the following example. Now the strip method is shown in the example. Line equal to fn.readLine, which reads the line from the file word.txt. Then that line object, using that line object, we are calling a strip function, which is strip of the white space characters /n and /r. So the output is merely a third line, which is the word new. Next, the file object used as a part of the loop. Here we are showing one example to display the file content using for loop. First, fn, using fn, that is file input object, we are opening a given file words.txt. Then using a for loop we are getting line by line and displayed using a print statement. In addition to sequence reading of your file, it may be randomly read the file content using two built-in functions, seek and tell. It is possible to use seek to change the current position in a file and tell to know the current position in the file. Next, we are going to discuss about how to write a content into the file. To write a content into the file, we are using fout equal to open, then within parenthesis we need to specify the file name with the mode W. Here W specify we are opening the file in a write mode. Here fout is the output operator, output object. After opening a file in write mode, the file handler is written as an object fout. If the file already exists, opening it in a write mode clears out the old data and start afresh. So be careful, if the file doesn't exist, a new one is created. Open returns a file object that provides methods for working with the file. The write method puts data into the file. Line 1 equal to this, here's the pattern. Then we are printing the line using fout statement, fout.write line 1. Suppose you are using the next write statement, then this will append and this will go and write the content in the next line. That is, it append the content into the next line. The 24 represents number of characters returned into the file. After writing a file, we are going to the next function that is called as after performing any operation. It may be a read operation or write operation. Next, we are finally going to close the file using the function called close. Then the format operator, which is used to handle files with other type of arguments. The default argument for a file is string. Suppose we are going to handle other type of arguments, then we are using the format operator. The argument of write has to be a string. So if we want to put other values in a file, we have to convert them to a string. The easiest way to do this is using a str function. For example, in the given example, x is equal to 52 and fout dot write str of x. Here the x, that is 52, is converted into string, then it is passed as the argument to the fout write function. But in simplicity, it is used as an integer argument using some specific format operator using percentage sign. Normally, the percentage sign is the modulus operator for integers, but when the first operand is a string, this is the format operator. The first operand is the format string, which contains one or more format sequences which specify how the second operand is formatted. The result is a string. Here you see the example. The format sequence %d means that the second operand should be formatted as a decimal integer. Here camels equal to 42, then %d is given in a single quotes that specify the format operator, then followed by percentage symbol which is specify this is the format sequence. Then we are using the name camels. Here it is take a value of 42 instead of string. So the result is string 42, which is not to be confused with the integer value 42. A format sequence can appear anywhere in the string, so you can embed a value in a sequence. I have spotted %d camels, %camels. I have spotted %d is replaced by the value of camels, so here I have spotted 42 camels will displayed. If there is more than one format sequence in the string, then second argument has to be a tuple. Each format sequence is matched with an element of the tuple in order. The following examples uses the types of format operators we are going to use. %d to format an integer, %g to format a floating point number, and %s to format a string. In this example, in %d I have spotted %d, %s. So here we are using three type of format operator. %d is for integer, %g is for floating point, %s is for formatting a string. So instead of a single value, here we are using a tuple which specify the three arguments which is of the same type as specified in the format operator. So the result is in 3 years I have spotted 0.1 camels. It shows errors when the number of argument is mismatched or the type of argument is mismatched as given in the below sample. These are the references we are followed to prepare this presentation.